With an active severe weather season underway, with more severe weather being thrown this week, we'll be breaking that all down coming up in this video. Hi y'all, welcome back. It looks like some more severe weather is in store as there is a couple moderate risks within the enhanced risk zone today, with all hazards possible. Now, as far as the tornado threat goes for today, there is a 50% hatched area here in the red and a 10% hatched area in the yellow. But regardless, even if you're in the 2% today, know your severe weather action plan in case that tornado goes off. So many walls between you and the outside as possible. Preferably storm shelter, basement, interior room. Just make sure as many walls between you and the outside as possible today. As far as the damaging wind threat goes, there is a pretty wide area for damaging winds, as there is a 30% chance for damaging winds here in the bright red. In the yellow, you're under a 15% chance, so make sure you tie down anything you don't want blowing around today. And as far as the large hail threat goes, there's another pretty wide area for that as well, as there's a 50% hatched area from Texas on up into southern Wisconsin, and a 30% area for large hail in this red zone here. As we push off into Wednesday, there is another chance for severe weather, as there's an enhanced risk spanning from northeast Arkansas up into northeast Michigan. Now, the hazards tomorrow is going to be a pretty significant tornado threat, as there is a 10% hatched area within this yellow zone here. As far as damaging wind threat goes, there's a 30% area from northeast Arkansas up into northeastern Ohio. And as far as the large hail threat goes, there's another 30% chance for that as well within this hatched red zone. So regardless of whatever risk you're under today and tomorrow, just please know your severe weather action plan, just in case that tornado warning goes off. And even if you're under the damaging wind threat and large hail threat, make sure you tie down anything you don't want blown around out there. And put your cars in the garage as well if you don't want them all banged up. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the weather models, see when you could expect the worst from the severe weather for the next couple days. Alright, let's take a look at the simulated radar. Keep in mind the date and time's right up here if you want to keep track. As it pushes forward, looks like not much is going to be happening until right around 7 o'clock. As you can see, some renegade supercells are going to start entering that enhanced and moderate risk zones by 7 o'clock tonight. And with any renegade supercell, it could bring with it a pretty strong and violent EF2 or greater tornado today. And that's going to turn more into a linear squall line event, and this is where that damaging wind threat comes into play. Head into the overnight hours tonight, and looks like that severe weather event's going to be starting to get ramped up down here in the southern moderate risk zone. So it looks like it's going to be a nocturnal tornado event tonight, so make sure you have a way to get a warning. Don't rely on a stupid siren, as a siren will not wake you up during a tornado warning. Siren is more intended for if you are outside during a severe weather event and a tornado warning happens. Most likely y'all have phones nowadays, so a phone will alert you. Well, weather radio will alert you more than a phone will, because cell phone towers could go down. Just make sure y'all have a way to get a warning. And it looks like it will turn into more of a flooding event as we head into the overnight hours. As we head into the enhanced risk zone on Wednesday, looks like this event won't get started till right around 3 o'clock. And it looks like there's going to be some small renegades firing up out there. With any of these renegades could spawn a pretty significant tornado as well tomorrow. It looks like it's going to wind down as we head into the overnight hours of Wednesday. It's going to start turning into a flooding event as there's a slight risk for excessive rainfall for upwards of 2 to 4 inches. And it's going to be entering that marginal risk zone on Thursday. So if you live within any of these risk areas for the next couple days, just please remain weather aware and never fear as shelter is near. Now y'all may be wondering why the issue the moderate risk today and the enhanced risk zones for tomorrow. We'll show you something called the significant tornadic parameters. This is basically what pulls all the kinematics and the thermodynamics together, spits it out into one run, and shows you the most unstable environment for tornadic development. As you can see over here in eastern Kansas and northern Oklahoma, this is the greatest environment for tornadic development. Now, I don't mean that tornadoes are going to form within this whole area. It just means that this is the most unstable environment for tornadic development. Supercell interacts with that environment. Whammo, you get a tornado. Push eastward. It's going to die down overnight. And then as we head into Wednesday, the tornadic parameters are going to be ramping up again. Now I'm going to show you the thermodynamics. You see the temperature is going to be relatively high today. That is your instability. Now it's going to be up in the upper 70s as far north as Iowa today. And tomorrow it's going to be up in the 80s, up there, up all the way up into Pennsylvania as well. Lots of instability. Now as far as the moisture goes, the dew points are going to be up in the 70s as far north as Iowa as well today. As far as north as Michigan tomorrow. So lots of instability, lots of moisture. So let's go ahead and take a look at a sounding. I'm going to show you an area of concern. This is a PDS tornado sounding taking over the moderate risk zone today. Sea temperatures and dew points are pretty substantial today. Instability and moisture. The CAPE values are off the charts. The most unstable CAPE is above 4,000. Now this is a powder cake environment. Convective available potential energy. Basically the energy in which the storms fuel off of. But it looks like a little bit of a capping inversion is in place, and that suppresses supercell development. Now once that cap breaks, then we could see a pretty dangerous day, but it looks like cap is going to be in place for a little while. I expect the cap to break at any time today. And as you see, there's a little bit of a dry slot in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and that means basically if you see a clear sunny day on a severe weather day, this is what this means. It means that mid-levels are drying out, clearing out the skies, and that's providing some surface heating. See, we got a moist, unstable environment with a lot of wind shear. Winds are blowing out of the south at the surface, and then as we head into the mid-levels, they're starting to back. And we can see that over here in our hodograph as well, as we have some curvature in our hodographs. So definitely pretty substantial thermodynamics and kinematics. And we can take a look at the upper levels of the atmosphere as well to tell the severe weather for today. As you see, it's a sort of a positive tilt and turns negative as we head throughout the day. And this is what you want to see if you want to see severe weather development. You'll see that negative tilt. Other than severe weather, we do have some winter weather to talk about, as there is a big blizzard warning that's issued over here and some winter storm warnings as well. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at the simulated radar. Keep in mind, daytime is up here again if you want to keep track. It looks like this winter storm is going to be gaining intensity through the overnight hours tonight and bringing with it an ice storm up here by Minnesota into Canada. And this is going to be lasting into Thursday morning, bringing with it about a 1/4 inch of ice up by the Canadian and Michigan border. There's even going to be substantial ice spanning from Nebraska up into Maine, and that's going to lead to some power outages and pretty treacherous road conditions, as there is a moderate risk for travel issued. 1.5 feet of snow expected within the blizzard warning area today, so if you have to get on the roads, please be careful. Why did they issue the blizzard warning? Because of the sustained winds, which are going to be blowing at around 30 miles an hour today. So again, if you have to get on the roads today, please be careful. Pack that safety kit with you, and don't go out if you don't have to. So let's go ahead and we're going to break down the long-range forecast models. We're looking at the Euro model. Keep in mind the daytime's right up here if you want to keep track. We know we got the severe weather threat happening for the next couple of days, and that blizzard that's going to be bringing 1.5 feet of snow to the Dakotas, and a big ice storm that's going to be affecting states from Nebraska up into Maine, bringing with it about a 1/4 inch of ice. And after that gets out of here, looks like it's going to be relatively calm out there. Some rain showers down by Texas and Louisiana into the deep south, and some winter storms out west. And after that, really is not much going to be going on. Some general light rain showers entering the upper Midwest. So this is going to be a well-needed break from the severe weather for a while. And it looks like another atmospheric river event's going to be happening out west. Let's go ahead and take a look at the temperature anomalies while we're at it. We're heading into a warm-up as we head into April, and the Climate Protection Center is in agreement with that, as much of the country is above average, as well as the 8 to 14 day. The only difference is from California all the way up into Washington, y'all are below average. As far as precipitation goes, talking most of the country is going to be below average, except for down here in Texas and the eastern part of the country and the northwest part of the country. As far as the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook goes, if you're in the brown, you are below average. If you're in the green, you are above average. So it looks like a pretty active week as far as weather goes. Got a blizzard warning up by the Dakotas, bringing with that about 1.5 feet of snow and some significant icing up there by Canada as well. About a 1/4 inch of ice is expected, so if you have to get on the roads, please be careful. Pack that safety kit with you. Make sure those generators are filled up, as power outages are likely. And if you live within the moderate risk zones today and the enhanced risk zones tomorrow, please be weather aware. Know where to go when that tornado warning goes off. Probably storm shelter, basement. Just keep as many volts on the outside as possible. Make sure you have a way to get a warning as well, as it looks like this will be a nocturnal tornado event today. Make sure you have the batteries charged up and the phones charged up. Don't rely on stupid sirens, as the sirens are intended to alert you if you were outside during a severe weather event. After this active weather pattern moves out, by the end of this week, it looks like we head towards the middle of April. It looks like we're getting a break from the severe weather and the winter weather, so that's good. And it looks like it'll be warming up out there. So if you have some spring cleaning to do, make sure you get that done while you can and enjoy this nice weather. So if you like the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe down below. And feedback is appreciated as well. I appreciate y'all for watching. And until next time, never stop forecasting.